Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bat Châtillon 15555, the Tier 9 French SPG. We're on the southwest spawn of Westfield.
These guys look like pretty formidable opponents.
Under the command of TarheelRambler. Game on. Well, it's Tier 10 game because that was a GWE 100 on his team. Yep, the other Arty. And yes, there's Tier 9 tanks on it. He's got a 155mm howitzer, and it's capable of doing 680 alpha, 45mm of pen, 7.6 meters on the burst radius, between 12 and 27 seconds of stun. Okay, looking around for his first target. I always look where my teammates can see if I'm looking for a new target, because they're the obvious ones. They're going to spot them first, and all I've got to do is wait for them to see it. But normally, if you go to the view range of your teammates, that will be where the first enemy will pop up. So in a map like this, you're looking for those corners where enemy tanks tend to fight. And he's found a mouse. Now, this Arty has got a reload of 28.76 by the book, and he's got 22.71. Rounds out. Looks good. Yes! He did get a definite hit for 217 there. This is one of those maps where the enemy tanks always tend to follow predictable lines. They're either crossing the ridge line, trying to use their gun depression, or if there's something like the mouse, they're actually trying to use their armor to take a quick pot and then pull back. You can see that first shell actually landed on the front plate of the mouse, because that's where the yellow mark is located. Now, when you're trying to hit the tanks on the ridge line, sometimes it can actually be helpful to aim slightly further down into... Yes, he got that right there. In fact, he did stun the M103, but sometimes it's actually easier to aim ahead of them when you're using battle assistant into the ground beneath or behind them, and the shell will normally pass straight through them on the way to the target. Okay, he's going to do this 15-16 now. Rounds out, looks good. Direct hit. Yep, he got that one bang on target. Now, Bat Chat 15555, they only made one prototype of this Arty. They wanted a few changes before they could actually see or pass it again. So the first design came up in 1955 and the second design 1958, and of course that was the autoloader one. Another good hit, but only 29 hit points on that one. Not as much as we would normally expect. Of course, yes, the second design was the autoloader version, but at the time autoloaders weren't really in favor, and in fact they were going with other designs for the Arty. Of course, autoloaders are now very much in favor because, of course, the Germans have built one and the Swedes built one. Artys that can actually fire more than one shot, well, most of them are actually using the fact that they've got computer control now and stabilized, so that they can actually fire. Oh, another good hit. That one was on the rear, tracked the guy as well at the same time. So they're actually they're able to fire multiple shots, mainly down to the fact that they can stabilize themselves after the shot. They don't have to dial in on target again because the computers will do that for them. They'll do all the adjustments. But just the other day, I actually saw a video about the first Archer artillery systems that are actually being accepted into use in Ukraine. And I think there's only about 8 or 10 of them. Very few, but they've actually been given by Sweden. And the British are buying the Archer system as well from Sweden. Another good hit. 168. And he actually damaged the unit's 15-16 with a splash there. Now, the thing they were saying about it was that there was very little work required by the crews, because all they had to do was program in the target beforehand. The GPS would work out exactly how they had to angle the hull. Another good one. And they would, and the computer, once they set up and they put the ground anchors down or stabilizers, then the computer would work out exactly where the tube needs to be pointing to get the shots out. That Udis is running away because he knows he's a one-shot. Rounds out. This could be a kill. No, just missed him. Now, they were saying that most of the work's actually taken out of the game, because basically you just pre-program the computer beforehand, and what happens then is that the computer will do all the work of actually realigning the tube to the new target. And the benefit really is that, oh, another good one, and just before he gets wiped out, the Patton tank, he's already picked up 1.5k of actual damage and 1,600 of stun assists, so he's doing a great job, TarheelRambler. In fact, actually, they were saying that they were really pleased with this this new artillery system. It was a report all in Ukrainian with Ukrainian reporters, and oh, that was a direct hit there. Direct hit on target. So yes, he is getting very good now. In fact, they were very impressed. I think they were the elite group that actually managed to get one of these Archer systems. And basically, so all they have to do is preload the Arty, which means they have to do a bit of work to actually put all the shells in and all the charges in. But once they've actually loaded the thing up and it's ready to go, oh, well, the M103's gone down. Once they've actually done that, then it's only a matter of then moving to the firing position and getting the shells out. And in fact, what they're doing is, because they are so accurate and because they can fire multiple shells at the same target, all to hit the target at the same time, what they're doing is they're being used for counter battery fire. So if the enemy RT are located using radar, then they can actually quickly assign that target to the archer, and the archer will then work out where the shells have to be fired when, and it will then align the tube by the shells. Oh, just a little too far back behind the 60 TP. But the great news is that these guys are actually laying more than one shell on the same enemy arty at the same time. So you've got 3 or 4 shells coming down on that enemy arty before they even know it. There's no way they can escape because the shells are landing all around them. And oh, the EBR 105 finds a proper use for himself, killing himself against the US 15 to win the battle. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tanker for TarheelRambler in the Bat Chat 155.55. He managed to get a bruised medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was 1,922, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage. No, that went to the TVP 250-51 on his team. 4,774 to him. Second highest damage was the 60 TP on the enemy team, 4,175. And the third highest damage was the US 1516 on the enemy team, the last guy to die to an EBR 105 with a RAM. He got 3,585 hit points of damage. We can see TarheelRambler got 2,114 experience hit points out of that one. And in fact, actually, he got beaten by 6 members of the enemy team, which means, of course, that with the 4 members of his own team, he's actually in 11th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, he's a little further down the table because he didn't get any at all, but of course, that helped him to get the Confederate, which of course is one of the medals awarded in the game. The Tortoise got a Spartan steel wall out of this game, so they were the only 2 who actually managed to get medals. But the TVP managed to get 4 kills. 3 kills went to the CS60, 3 and also the Foshby on the enemy team. 2 kills went to the BC58-2 on our team and the Unis 1516 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's a little higher up the table because he's actually in 7th place on this occasion. Still beats all of the tanks on the enemy team, but that's obviously because you do get a bonus for being on the winning team. And the high score was the TVPT 5051, got 965, 906 went to the Kampfpanzer 7, and 906 also went to the Object 257 on his own team. He fired 18 rounds in the game, so a good amount. He actually was pumping those shells out as fast as he could, and he was getting accurate as well. 10 shots, 10 direct hits on the enemy. Not near misses. These were actual direct hits, and he did get 13 splashes as well. 2,114 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he got 1,625 hit points, a stun assist, or 14 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made 108,315 credits from the game, but that includes a 90,000 mission completion credit. And he did get 2,349 experience points out of the game as well. But I think he probably enjoyed that one because he was getting a lot of accurate shots, and he was getting more accurate as, of course, the game was going. But towards the end, when the tanks started moving faster, he was finding it difficult to keep up with them because they were all over the place and they were desperately trying to escape fire. But yes, for a brief moment during the battle there, it was every shot he was firing near enough was hitting the target, and you could hear that sizzle as the round hit home. So very well done. Nice to see you getting a medal. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and Mr. Al Gore and his rhythms do like to be fed. And thank you for watching.